Yo, what is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, I've decided I'm going to be selling the cards on this account for the time being, just to hold my MT as much as possible on this account for a couple of reasons. One of which I'm not going to discuss in this video, but as of right now, my thought process with this account is I do want to use the new account that I got here for the next couple weeks as my main account for, like, obviously streaming and things of that nature, like playing the game. I want to start sweating it a little bit more as well, but I have a lot of good cards in this account as well. I mean, obviously Rick Barry, Chris Webber, Dikembe Mutombo, Mark Eaton, Michael Beasley, all sellable, all badged to various amounts. And I do believe, number one, that these cards realistically are probably going to decrease in price a bit over the next couple weeks. That's just how it is. And while I don't want to go away from this account entirely, I don't plan on maining this account for the next couple weeks with my content. And so I think maximizing the MT on this account so that then when I do come back to it, I have the MT to build a super solid squad, whatever that may be. I may even use this account potentially for some sort of series towards the end of the year, like an all-time teams series potentially, or say a player specific series, kind of like, maybe not like Wheel of 2K, but like, I guess like Luka's Legacy and things like that that have been done in the past with different NBA center players, stuff like that I might want to do this summer. So I want to give myself a lot of flexibility to do that. And I think the best way to do that right now is to sell the cards on this account and make sure I get as much MT as possible for them while I am not using this account very much, basically. I hope that makes sense to y'all. So we have 5 cards here to sell, and I think they'll sell for various amounts, obviously, but Rick Barry and Mark Eaton, maybe not a ridiculous amount. Hopefully Beasley goes for a good amount. We'll see. And then Webber and Dikembe, I would think, should go for a decent chunk. I'm selling these cards Monday afternoon. I'm going to be throwing them up for 4 hours, so they're ending Monday evening, and recording the rest of the video then, obviously, when that has happened. But these guys, realistically, I don't know exactly how much MT I'm going to get from them, but I would think, like, Rick Barry, again, he doesn't have a bunch of extra legend badges, but he does have good offs. He's a super solid card. But again, I really like this card. He's not unbelievably expensive, you know what I mean? And he'll likely be a buyout here in a couple of weeks. So if I want to come back and pick him up, I think I can get a better price on him then. So he probably won't sell for a ton, and I'm fully aware of that, and that's okay. But we are going to sell him anyway because he's an expensive sellable card that we do have. Mark Eaton, I did buy this card for, how much did I pay for him? I don't exactly remember, honestly. But I do think that Eaton's price is up. The big men, their prices have stayed really high, which is honestly really nice. And especially that Eaton like this, I mean, it's not the best Eaton in the game, but Legend Limitless, Legend Box Hubbies, Rebound Chaser, Set Shot Specialist, Paint Patroller. 5 of these 8 legend badges are really good badges, and even Post Powerhouse, Post Up Poet for a 7/4 big, that's useful. And like Glove as well, that's not a bad badge. None of these legend badges, in my opinion, are bad badges for a Dark Matter caliber card. And I think this is a really good card as well. 7/4, super versatile, high level big, and I think he should hopefully sell for a good amount. But again, as we get more and more bigs dropping in the game, a guy like Mark Eaton feels like a very likely candidate to drop in price. Dikembe Mutombo, I got a good deal on this one with 18 legend badges, and I mean, I think I paid less than 600k for him. I don't remember exactly how much, wish I had it written down, but he's going for a lot now. Like, I think there's a very good chance I get at least 800,000 MT for this Dikembe. He's got every single badge on at least half. He's got 18 legends. Not all of them are spectacular, but Slippery, Break Starter, Handles for Days, Unpluckable, Pick Dodger, Pogo Stick, Rebound Chaser, Brick Wall, Immovable Enforcer, Post Powerhouse, Post Up Poet, Set Shot Specialist, High Flying, and I are like another spectacular card. I could even add a couple more legend badges to him, in all honesty, to soup him up, I think, if I wanted to, but you know what? I might. Like, for example, Legend Interceptor, I have 2 of those. I'll add Legend Interceptor. That might improve the value a bit. Are there any other legend badges I have 2 of? Doesn't even have to be like a great legend badge. Just like, do I have, so I can get to 20 legends, 20 Hoffs, because I'd like to do that without having to spend more like valuable legend badges. I have 2 Shifties. I really like Shifty as a legend badge though. You know what? I'd rather use Legend Posterizer than use one of my Legend Shifties. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna throw that on there. Maybe it doesn't add quite as much value to the card in terms of that actual specific badge, but I do think realistically that I should make a good amount of MT from Dikembe for sure. Especially with those 20 legend badges. I think having that 2 in front of the legend badge number instead of the 1 might be useful for making a little bit more MT there as well. Then we move on to Michael Beasley. This Beasley is like the best 12 legend badge Beasley you'll ever see. Again, obviously you'll see Beasleys with more legend badges in this, but out of the 12 legend badges, Posterizer, Deadeye, Limitless, Dimer, Handles for Days, Unpluckable, Set Shot Specialist, Shifty Shooter, and Lightning Launch Wells, On Ball Menace, 10 of the 12 are elite level Hoffs, or sorry, elite level legends, and then Post Powerhouse and Post Fade Phenom are not spectacular. I know, but they are kind of just extra as well. And again, Beasley's a pretty expensive card. Like a badged one is going for over 400k MT. And while this one doesn't have 18, 20, 25 legend badges like some of these Beasleys do, he still has the potential, I personally think, to sell for a really decent amount. Although I might wait on some of these cards and post them a little bit later because, like, for example, Beasley, he's going up against a 30 legend one that just posted like 8 minutes ago. So I'm probably going to hold on a couple of these guys for a little bit and sell them maybe a little bit later this afternoon when they have slightly better slots. So I think Beasley's going to be a good example of that. Weber, I may not get my MT back that I paid for this card. I paid just under 800k for him, and I think there's a decent chance that I don't quite get that back. With that being said, I also think there's a pretty good chance we're going to get a lot more 6'10" type small forwards, and those types of guys are going to become more and more readily available, which means a guy like Weber, who people already don't love his jumper, is probably going to drop in price as well. So hopefully with 21 legends, he sells for a good amount as well. But yeah, we're going to sell all 5 of these cards, and we're going to see how much they go for. I think I'll wait on selling Beasley for right now, just because of the slot for that card. But the other 4 I will throw up, and I'll throw Beasley up here as well later, and then we'll come back and check either later tonight or tomorrow and see what these cards sell for. And then that will be the second part of this video, is checking when those cards sell and how much they sell for. So goodbye, everyone. These are some really great cards, and hopefully they find themselves some good homes, because these are some great cards who I've really enjoyed using for sure, and the type of cards that I think can be really centerpieces of, especially like more attainable type lineups. So with that being said, we're going to wait on this Michael Beasley, but y'all don't need to see me posting him. I'll post him later on today, and I'll come back once all these outcomes have finished later on tonight or tomorrow morning, and we will check and see how much they sell for, see how much MT we are up to on this account. Should be over 3 million MT pretty easily. Like I think we could easily be at 3.5. Could definitely make profit on a lot of these cards. So with that being said, that is going to do it for this part of the video. I'll be right back here in just a second, and we'll see how much these cards sell for. Alrighty, so all the cards have sold. It is now Monday evening. Every card should be sold. They're all gone from my auction house, and I have no idea how much they sold for. So we're going to find out. Between selling Weber and Dikembe, I would expect those two should get me close to 3 mil, because that's 1.4. That would be an average of 770k for both of them, for each of them. If they both sold for that, that'd be 1.4 million after tax. So about anyway. So I think that's pretty reasonable. And then I have Beasley, Eaton, and then Barry, who's going to be the cheapest of the group. My guess is that between the 5 cards, I'm at about 3.6 maybe. If I make about 2 million MT overall, I think I'd be pretty happy. I'm thinking I may use this account for something like a player-centered challenge of some sort, whether it be... Y'all give me some ideas, by the way, in the comments if y'all see this part of the video, for like a player you'd like to see a series centered on. Like maybe I do Wemby, maybe I do Luka, Cooper Flag once he comes out potentially. Something along those lines is kind of my thoughts. So yeah, with that being said, without further ado, let's see how much these 5 cards sold for. I'm kind of pretty sure I got unlucky on Dikembe, to be honest. 693k is not really what I was looking for, but Eaton at 480 is big profit. That's a W. Dikembe is not as profitable as I thought. Weber, I'm going to lose a little bit of MT on, but not too much. Overall, I do think I did okay. Let's collect all these and see where we are. Hopefully over 3.6. Maybe we're not going to be over 3. We might be over 3. Yeah, we are going to be over 3.6. Because, I mean, Beasley's a little low, but Eaton looks like he sold for a lot. Maybe I undersold too much on how much I thought this was going to be. But we're at almost 4 million MT. Good Lord. That is a lot. Okay, so we're in a pretty good spot there with MT. That's basically 4 million MT. The rest of the team as of right now is pretty much what I would consider just a no money spent type squad at this point. Obviously that's not what it's not a full no money spent team, but it's definitely, it's a full unsellable team at this point, basically. There are a few lower tier cards I could go through and sell as well. Could probably get myself relatively close to 4 million MT, but it definitely gives us a lot of MT to work with. And I got to figure out what I want to do with this account as of right now, but I wanted to sell the cards that I had to make as much MT as possible, so then we have as much flexibility as possible going forward. With that being said, that is going to do it for this video. I hope y'all did enjoy. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon, and I appreciate y'all. Peace.